evening, everyone. Here we are back with the gRaceland Shootout Series. This is Patrick Morrison here with SimTraX Broadcasting, coming to you live here this Saturday night. Appreciate you guys joining us right before Easter. It is definitely going to be a fun day tomorrow, especially for the little kiddies. Do want to give a shout out there for 5-Star Beverages. They make your drinks come true. They can design your drink system. They can work everything from beer, soda, coffee, and tea. They do sales, service, and installs, and they are your beverage system specialist. They can do anything you can dream of on tap, fountain machines, coffee machines, bubblers for tea, and slushies. So check them out, even at 5starbeverages.com. We're taking a look at some of our drivers out there right now, more specifically here. Looking at Randy Bledsoe in the 81 Chevrolet out here during practice in the last few minutes here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This mile-and-a-half track has been pretty tough all year round, and definitely they revisit this track that they remember a little bit last year. Spidey senses out there tell me that they are not going to be running the trucks next season. With that little hiccup they had from iRacing, something tells me these guys are going to be down in those Gen 4 cars over that 750 horsepower mark, and they're going to definitely try to open those things wide open. Rule Thane is actually the fastest one out there during practice, and looking to stick out like a sore thumb is Billy Stanley out here in the looks like a yellow and black paint scheme here tonight. So let's see if that number 8 Chevrolet, who's right now sitting second during this practice session, if it rotates over to qualifying, and how he stands out in the crowd for the final finish here tonight. So it's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. I'm interested to see really who all can come out on top on this race here tonight. Points chase is getting pretty tight. Some of these guys are just ahead by a couple points. It's not much. We'll pull up those championship points here in just a moment. I do want to make sure we get to qualifying here before we get going. Keep in mind, we're looking at Robert Doig out here, trying to find him. There he is in that 9 Chevrolet. He's last week's winner. Holloway ended up second, and Rule Thane was third. Rule Thane right now, like I said, is fastest in the session. Robert Doig sitting 10th, and Daniel Holloway sitting 5th. So these guys just about spread by about 5 positions apiece from one another. I do want to recommend you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, or over there, I believe, at the gRaceland Shootout Series. Hound Dog Racing, I believe, sharing me all over the place. I see Fireball Woody out there in the chat, and I also see Miss Heather Jewett out there in the chat. I'm sure there are a couple of other of you guys out there, but it's not showing me your names. But that's all right. We'll be able to go ahead and get this one squared away. Qualifying is now beginning. Let's take a quick look at what we've got loaded up here for tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 35 laps, this will be in the Shootout Series, so definitely shorter laps. I do like the idea of really being able to blast through a couple of them. They will have 3 sets of tires, but 2 of them down there in the pits. The 3rd set on the car, no fast repairs. That's going to be a big one here tonight, so these guys have got to maintain and not crash each other out here in the beginning, or their night will be over very, very soon. 50% fuel limit, and of course, once again, me, your lead producer here. 71 degrees on the track. It's going to be a little bit cooler. Not as cool as the air temperature. It's sitting at 69, so that should be a pretty interesting run here. Some of these guys are getting ready to warm up for their qualifying laps. So let's take a look at those championship points. This is where it comes in big. Daniel Holloway leading it at 421. Adam Robertson, he's close, and Randy Bledsoe is even... These guys are still within striking distance, seeing that Season 1 and Season 2 winners sitting 2nd and 3rd. And the CandyMan is out front with 421 points out there. Robert Lynch sitting 4th. He's right in that hot seat. And Tommy DeLago sitting 5th. Definitely with Doig's win, that slid him up pretty quick into that 6th position. Larry Fairman sitting 7th. Our good old Billy Stanley. Number 8 seems to be his number. That's where he's going to land. Philip Temple's been a no-show for quite some time, sitting 9th, and Bobby Narberg, with his consistency, lands him a 10th place here in the run here. But we'll see how this goes. I do want to see some of our some solid times out here, like how I pop that up and everybody decides to move. Robertson, Yost, and Billy Stanley right now sitting 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, Stanley got top of the chart there for just a moment. Rule Thane reaches out and grabs it one more time. 2 Chevrolets leading the charge here. Adam Robertson sitting in his Ford in 3rd. The mix-up you see there for 8th place is Robbie Narberg. Whoa, Robert Doig. Not too bad. The bomb dude out front. Let's see if we got anybody else. I believe Matthew Barker is out there in the 96 Ford. Looks like he gets his first lap down. 16th position for him, not too good. He's got to speed it up here a little bit. Do see Randy Bledsoe out there as well. We take a look at Bledsoe during his practice out there. Let's see if we can land his first time. First time, 10th. Not too bad. David Cox getting ready to finish up his last lap here. Right now sitting 16th. Come on. Ugh. A little less. Best time of a 30.62. He ends up with a 30.71 that last run. Matthew Barker runs into the 12th position and finishing up his last lap here again. Randy Bledsoe, here he comes. Let's see if he can get somewhere in the top 5. That's where I would expect him to be. Definitely faster both those laps. Ah, there we go. 7th. Not too bad. I do have one driver out there, Timothy Richardson, but I do not see him taking behind the wheel as of yet. He's still got another minute and a half to determine if he's going to make it out there. Some of our drivers are really getting pretty nervous out there. Definitely this mile-and-a-half track. I expect to see them too wide, but that tunnel turn coming out of 4 is going to be pretty sketchy. They're not going to have a whole lot of room to really come in and really make sure they're able to get that turn without making contact out there with the wall. So far, I've got 17 drivers loaded up for this track here. Not showing anybody else, so that looks like it's going to be Robert Doig. Once again, looks like he's going to be taking our Beef Jerky Pole Award here tonight. Go ahead and reach in that pocket there. Looks like Tommy DeLago is going to be shelling that out. No, not too bad out of the bomb, dude. Got it there for the pole. Rule Thane sitting 2nd. And Daniel Holloway bumped Billy Stanley out of the top 3. He's going to start 4th. Not too bad out of our guys out here. Last 20 seconds, and then we'll go ahead and try to grab some of our drivers out there and see how they're holding up. I do want to talk to our pole winner here, Robert Doig. Let's see if we can grab a hold of him. Robert, you got a copy? Robert Doig, what you doing, bud?
Not much, just sitting out here, get some racing in.
All right, man. Well, you go ahead and grab another couple of bags of beef jerky here as you qualify on the pole tonight. Obviously, you know what the fastest way to get around the track. What are you noticing is having to happen out there to remain fast? And is this just a hot lap that we saw from you, or is this going to be pretty consistent from you?
Well, that was a hot lap for sure. I wasn't anywhere near that during practice. I just busted down the steering ratio a little bit and ran my lap, and we'll see how the rest of the night goes. I think tight is in store for tonight, and right front, gotta pay attention to it.
Yeah, definitely for sure. How was the fuel mileage out there if you got some practice in? How many laps are you guys able to make it?
Well, I didn't really do a fuel run. I've been trying to get my steering up to par all night, so I didn't get a fuel run in.
Oh, man. All right, well, hopefully with your win last week, here we are this week. We look at another win from you here.
Well, we can hope for the best, right?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Robert Doig, give me your shout-outs while I got you here, bud.
Yeah, of course, 5-Star Beverages, SimTraX Broadcasting, Beef Jerky Unlimited for Tommy D and all he does, and Real Optics VR lenses.
All right. Hopefully we'll see you in a podium finish. Good luck to you tonight, Mud.
Same here. Thanks.
Boy, I'm turning to mush mouth here tonight. I'm having some trouble here. That's all right. We'll see if we can find somebody. I haven't talked to him in a while. Let's see if we can grab a hold of him. Here we go. Fireball Woody, you out there?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, sir.
There he is. I knew I'd find you out there. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Hey, it's going, man. I'm trying to make a comeback here. Hey, got my good boogly wiggly going on here today, and I tell you what, I'm going to try to finish this race this week.
All right, man. Well, it is definitely tough here in the GRaceLand Shootout Series. You know, these guys back and forth battling side by side. You know, really, it's hard to find a good line where, the guys aren't trying to put you in the wall, scrape a little paint. You know, what is it going to do to stay nice and clean out there?
Keep your nose out of everybody else's business and keep down close to the bottom of the track and save your tires.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I think Billy Stanley might have something to say about that. You get around him, he's looking to make a comeback here tonight as well. What do you think about that?
I think Billy's up there in the top 4 there and top 5 there. I think he's going to be doing pretty good. Just got to stay out of trouble and keep everybody out of your way. And hopefully that we can all have a good green flag race tonight.
I sure hope so. We got 35 laps. We can at least surely get 30 of them down. Fireball, give me your shout-outs here, bud.
Hey, I want to shout out to everybody out there and to the GRaceLand Shootout guys for having me here. And I want to thank 5-Star Beverages, Beef Jerky Unlimited, and all the other sponsors we got out there. And I want to say hi out to my wife, Christy, out there, and my son, and all the other kin folks we got out there, and all my friends. And hey, we're going to have us a good boogly-woogly time tonight.
I knew you couldn't resist. Appreciate it, Fireball. We'll catch up with you later in the race.
All righty there. Have a great one, Patrick.
You too. Fireball, that guy gets me every time. All righty, let's see what we got here. Let's see Bobby Narberg. You know, I think we'll try to see if we can get a hold of Bobby Narberg. Bobby Narberg, you got a copy?
Yes.
Hey, buddy, how's the race? You know, what's the lookout for the race here tonight? Is it looking pretty tough?
It's looking good to me. I want a top 10.
All right, man. Well, you are top 10 in the points. Your consistency is paying off here so far. You know, a lot of drivers are looking pretty close together with the end of this season coming around. What is it going to take for you to stay clean and come out, maybe a top 5 here tonight?
A lot of luck.
To
be honest with you.
Yeah, I would say the way these guys race, man, it's hit or miss. We got a bunch of cautions or we're all dying out there, but it's going to be pretty tough. Anybody out there you think you can team up with and kind of, roll around in the front with?
Well, if I get a chance to, I'll team up with Woody. He's a good team player.
All right, I like the way you think. Bobby Narberg, give me your shout-outs here, bud. We're about to grid up.
Ready to go. Thank you.
All righty, take it easy, bud. All right, Bobby Narberg, he is in no mood for any of that. Let's go ahead and get a hold of our points leader here tonight. Should be getting ready to go here in just a moment. The CandyMan Daniel Holloway, you got a copy?
I got a copy.
All right, man. Well, points lead here tonight. We got a lot of work to do to get it, to win this one. What's it going to take?
Luck and keep being conservative, especially Adam is only a few points, so it's 3 races to go. Anything can happen, so just a kiss and a walk could change from good to bad luck quick.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on winning our Grand Marshal of the Week. Go ahead and give us a shout-out for the Fire Our Engines, bud.
Oh, thank you. And just want to shout out to everybody who's all watching GRaceLand Shootout Series. Gentlemen, let's start your engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it there for us. Appreciate it. For Daniel Holloway coming out here and going ahead and giving it to us for the Gentlemen Start Your Engines. Man, I really enjoy that, guys. If you got another turn in, you want to go ahead and be the Grand Marshal of the race. I believe Miss Liz Stanley drew it out there, and even Miss Holloway was out here able to do it as well. You can turn something into the GRaceLand Shootout Series for your submission and go ahead and get that. We'll get that out there. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. Robert Doig, Rule Thane, front row. Daniel Holloway and Billy Stanley will be starting in 3 and 4. Let's rotate back to Rob Yost and Adam Robertson, 6th place. Randy Bledsoe sitting 7th. Bobby Narberg, he is starting 8th, looking for Fireball Woody. There he is, sitting there in 9th. Zane Touchton, you'll notice him actually from the big show. He's showing out here in 10th with Richard Sudden Death sitting in 11th place. Larry Matthew Barker actually starting in that 12th position. He'll be fighting his way back to the front, rotating to the back of the field. Larry Fairman in the back here. He's going to have some work to do, but Robert Lynch actually had a bad qualifying time. 14th position for him. Douglas Ross Jr. will be starting in the 15th position next to Jerome Cooper. We had talked with him a couple weeks ago. He's looking for a good finish here tonight as well. David Cox in the 119, and rounding out the field, Timothy Richardson. Like I said, I do not think he took behind the wheel tonight, so that is going to do it for us as these guys get ready for green flag, and away we go. Robert Doig in the front as we see Barney up there giving them hell with the green flag in the air, and away they go. So good out of these guys. Definitely wanted to give guys a chance to soak in the engine noises as they slide on by here. Definitely working it hard. Doig's in the front. Rule Thane sitting second. Daniel Holloway is third. Keep in mind, watch out for that yellow truck back there. Billy Stanley sitting here top 5. He's got some work to do. A little overhead shot as you see Billy Stanley trying to find an area of fresh air to see if he can get around the CandyMan here. Unable to do so. Adam Robertson's moved up a couple, and you want to talk about on the move quick. Sudden death here. Richard Sudduth already up to 8th position, up 3, and Robert Lynch, he was way back, and oh no, Fireball Woody, no! Fireball Woody already around. First caution here of the night. Not good here out of the 32 machine. Look like he might have gotten in a jam there, him and Bobby Narberg. Both these guys dropped 8 positions here. All right, let's see if we can find out what happened here. Alrighty, let's take a look overhead and figure out what happened to Fireball here. Looks like he was getting in behind Richard Sudduth. Oh! Looked like the wind may have caught him there. Got him slung around. That's going to do it for Fireball Woody. Man, hate to see his race start immediately off like that. Alright, Fireball Woody already coming down pit. David Cox and Matthew Barker working their way down pit as well. Yeah, I thought for a second there might have been a little bit of contact. Looked like Fireball, he ain't been behind the wheel for a little while. Got behind Richard Sudduth. That wind caught him just at the wrong angle and kind of slung him around there. Howard Doig will be starting at double file again there with Rule Thane. Billy Stanley back alongside Daniel Holloway. Now, we'll say the top 4 have yet to move, but on the way back they have. Adam Robertson's moved up 1, as well as Randy Bledsoe. Losing those positions was Rob Yost. Richard Sudduth now up to 8th. Zane Touchton up 1 position, sitting 9th. And Robert Lynch up 4. Right now, a hard charger, sitting in 10th. Imagine that amount of positions moved. Is Jerome Cooper down there in that 12th position, originally started 16th. Caution laps do not count, as you can see. Holloway trying his luck here on the inside, trying to be nice and careful. Don't want to run out of room or some time. I think he's going to be kind of playing the fuel mileage game on this one. Can't blame him in the least bit. It's going to be worth a shot. People out there in the chat. And we got 1 caution already underway. Hate to see it. Definitely an early one here. That's alright, we'll get her going again. Yeah, Andrewski out there. Hey man, I haven't seen you. I know you said you had some things to do. They're definitely going to be fighting their way back up there. I will say Matthew Barker did come down and pit early. And it looked like 4 tires and fuel. I don't know if he meant to do that. Might not want to have taken tires there. Maybe a fuel and go, because I believe that is what David Cox did in the 119. He did a fuel and go, quick touch, and then back out there. And that may actually be what separates him from the race. Just a little offset pitting, so I like the way he thinks here. That may be his, well, winning call, but we'll see. Definitely a lot of race left to go here. Big green flag this time, by, as you can obviously see, the pace truck lights are out. So that Chevy will duck on off here. We'll get these boys back underway. Let's see, come on. All right, Barney, let her rip. Already slicing through Randy Bledsoe. Goes from the outside to the inside line. That was quick. Tries to slice underneath to knock Billy Stanley out of the top 5, and he does. Let's take a look at that. The CandyMan's gone ahead and gotten the lead. He cuts in front of Robert Doig, trying to cut him off here. Looking for that fresh air, the number 9 is. Unable to get it. Let's see if Holloway rides him up the track a little bit. Notice that that middle line may be the faster one here of the night. Guys are going to try to cut down on that paint to cut this track down a little bit. Holloway loses the lead. Robert Doig's only got about half a car length on him as Daniel Holloway dives into 3, trying to get a little more. Watch for the number 28, Adam Robertson. See if he goes up there and nudges the 26 to push him out front again. Definitely what you don't want to see is the guys on the inside line stalling out here, but Ruel Thane's sticking really, really tight to Robert Doig in the front. Flying around the track here pretty good. Billy Stanley sitting right now, battling back for 5th. Trying to see if he can get just a little more here, not having any luck. Looks like Fireball Woody's made it back out of pit here. He's letting the pile go by, and he'll return back to the track. Robert Lynch still battling back there in that 10th position. Ooh, boy. 2 drivers from Hound Dog Racing made contact. Billy Stanley and Randy Bledsoe better be careful. They're going to knock each other out here. Bledsoe slides up comfortably into 5th, and now the number 8 is going to be trailing. Still in the front, Daniel Holloway and Robert Doig battling side by side here. It's exactly the kind of thing you want to see with these guys driving like this. Robert Doig got definitely a good angle. Take a look at that shot. Looking right at Daniel Holloway. Holloway trying to see if he can get a little bit there. Maybe the helmet's starting to work on him here. Boy, there we go. Holloway cuts right in front of Robert Doig, and now he's got the lead. Now he's just got to keep the number 9 behind him, but does Doig sit back and watch it happen? Ruel Thane caught to the outside by himself. Adam Robertson shuts the door. Ruel Thane now unable to slice underneath. Now Robertson's losing a little bit of ground here. Looked like he had a bad turn out of the tunnel turn. And now he's got some problems. There we go. Robertson now back into the line here. Drops down. Doig rotates up top. Thane's going to try to go underneath of him now. Robert Doig looking like he's going to be moving back here. Holloway's moved up 2 positions to get the lead. Ruel Thane trying to get back where he originally started. He's got only about a tire length on the front here, and he's trying to get him. Not quite enough. Still battling here. Billy Stanley's losing some positions now, down to 8th. He's having some trouble now, down to 9th. Richard Suddeth has gotten him here as the battle for second still continues. Ruel Thane still hasn't cleared that number 9, but he's trying to put a tire into him here. Let's see if he can hold him down from rotating up, so he has to let off just a hair. Oh, yeah, watch Robertson close the door on Doig. Ruel Thane going to be happy if that 28 can push, but that Ford's trying to find some fresh air here. He might be running out of speed. Definitely starving of some air there to the front of the truck. Watch the 28 try to reel in the 33 here, but he backs off. Interesting for Robertson to back off here with Holloway now stretching out to about a half-second lead here. Rotating on back, Robert Lynch has now moved up to 9th. He's following along Richard Suddeth here. Biggest mover of the race right now, Robert Lynch. Trying to see if any of those drivers from AKA Racing can catch up to those Hound Dog boys. They're still working on it. Right now, Big Show driver of Zane Touchton on the outside in that number 1 machine. Starting to work it here just a little bit. Good to see him out here. Should be a good run. Zane and Zeph are not here together. If they're one more, always bring a scout, but they'll make it work. Zane trying to use a little bit of draft here on Randy Bledsoe as he slings through the turn with only 24 to go. Oh man, Robertson just contacted the wall. Going for the stage 1 weight savings there, trying to shave off some of that paint. Rob Yost in the 83, he's lost a couple positions, still trying to get a couple of them back. Under fire, Randy Bledsoe on the outside. Look at Randy Bledsoe, trying to see if he can get a little bit more here. See if we can take a shot out, Randy. Oh, nope. Randy Bledsoe might be in some trouble here. There it is. Rob Yost flies around him as well, so Randy Bledsoe now on the back foot here. One bad turn, and the back he goes. Randy Bledsoe back where he originally started in 7th here. Richard Sudduth is going to try to reel him in again. Definitely these boys are going to have a little bit different time here. We had 75 laps at North Wilkesboro and cut down to 35 here at Charlotte. So far so good. Looks like I think Rule Thane's got a problem here. Rule Thane, heavy damage to the right side of his car. Heavy damage. Something's up. Douglas Ross down pit in the 78 Toyota. Imperium Motorsports has their driver down pit. They'll probably come back out and it'll be at least a lap down. Rule Thane now loses another position down to 6th. Holloway still leading this one. Right now, a win for Holloway would be huge right now for his points. We'll at least need some top 5s, and he may be our Season 3 winner. And he will be joining Robertson and Randy Bledsoe in the first place season trophies. Definitely great to see 3 champions there battling earlier in the year. But now we're seeing Richard Sudduth. Now he's got a lot of work to do there with Victory Sim. And now he's slicing underneath, and Richard Sudduth, 1 spot outside the top 5 here, and he's really been on a move. He's still got about 3/4 of a second to reach back up there and grab the 83 Ford to Rob Yost. Long way to go before he can get there. And talk about Robert Lynch still following along behind Richard Sudduth. Fortunately, this race, he's not getting hammered to pieces. Billy Stanley down pit. Interesting to see which guys are pitting and which ones aren't yet. Randy Bledsoe already down pit. Holloway's still out there. Holloway trying to put as much distance on these guys on the track. We'll see if they can continue on here. Robert Doig sitting 2nd. Zane Touchton up 7 positions, sitting 3rd. Not too bad. Adam Robertson, he's up 2, sitting 4th. Only driver in the top 10 not to move is Yost. Yost originally lost a bunch of positions, but he's been able to make them back. See Matthew Barker from AKA Racing, now sitting 8th, following along Robert Lynch. See if the father-son duo can link up here later on. Larry Fairman, 9th. David Cox up in the 10th. Now remember, Cox pit on lap 3 for a fuel and go. So he'll have just a little bit more fuel than everybody else out here on the track. This thing comes down to a caution about 10-8 to go. He may come down, get fuel and tires, and then he's going to be able to get it. See right now, still battle for the lead. Doig looks like he's just kind of rolling along here, not really pressing the issue. Holloway's best time is a 30:31. That last lap was a 31:86. So he's really pushing it here, about 1.5 seconds off his normal run. Same time for Robert Doig. No difference there, 31.87 out of him. These guys have got to be thinking about pitting pretty soon. Key is Holloway not getting rear-ended by Doig if they both can think about coming in. Zane Tutchin's on his way down. Rob Yost on his way down. That leaves only about a handful of drivers. Holloway, Doig, Richard Suddeth, and Robert Lynch have yet to pit. And I believe Larry Fairman is yet to pit. 5 drivers on the track, haven't come down just yet. Starting to slow down. It looks like Doig's slowing down here. Yep, he's coming. Leaving Daniel Holloway to remain out there on the track. 14 laps left to go. So far, Matthew Barker, he pit back on lap 3, so he's got about the same fuel window as David Cox. But notice what fresh tires can do. Randy Bledsoe flying on around. Bledsoe is down a lap now. And you can see how the tires are paying off, so these guys got to be thinking pit time soon. Holloway down. That's going to put Matthew Barker into the lead. He's going to see if he can stretch it out a little bit, but notice how that tire fall off is really starting to bite him now. These guys may think about coming in sooner rather than hanging out. Tires are obviously a huge factor here. Robert Lynch now working his way out of pit. Right now sitting 13th. Definitely the way these guys pit, it's going to be a little bit interesting here. Daniel Holloway. Oh, man. Interesting call here by Daniel Holloway. 9.5 second pit stall time. It doesn't look like he took tires. Randy Bledsoe may get the lead here. Randy Bledsoe didn't take any tires either. If he did, he only took left sides, which may be just enough to make it to the end here. 12 to go, 11 once we get to the line. David Cox is still leading it. Cox is going to have to pit pretty soon here. Next 2 or 3 laps, he'll have only about an 18-second lead if we pits right now. There's David Cox. Still going around here, Robert Lynch. Robert Lynch slices on by, gets his lap back. Lynch had 4 tires. Lynch was not taking a gamble. Billy Stanley looking to be getting his lap back. Now, Billy Stanley last pit on lap 15, so he pit much, much earlier than everybody else. Definitely trying to change it up here just a little bit. Billy Stanley back onto the lead lap. Next will be Matthew Barker if he can catch up. David Cox is noticing his lead is starting to dwindle down. He had 18.5 seconds. Now it's less than 15.5. 10 laps left to go. Taking a look at Billy Stanley in the 8 Chevrolet. Trying to keep it out there. Taking a look back. David Cox on his way down. A bunch of drivers will be getting their lap back here. These guys are spread out pretty thin. Randy Bledsoe will be resuming the lead. Daniel Holloway is going to have to try to run him down. Right now, call of the race, maybe Randy Bledsoe, unless we got a wild caution out there. Nine laps left to go. Bledsoe's in the lead. Daniel Holloway, here he comes. Holloway gonna have to make up some serious time here. Got about 1.5 seconds to catch him. Holloway's going to try to use a little bit of that drive from Narberg when he catches him here. Looks like David Cox working his way out of pit as we're taking a ride along here with the CandyMan. Current points leader. Oh, Narberg, no, that's not what he needed. Let's see if he decides to slide to the outside here. He is not. Huge checkup. see if that costs him any part of the any track position here. Little check up there, and Holloway is on him like white on rice. Here he comes. Right now, Randy Bledsoe's seeing it coming to an end, as the two of these guys are about to be side by side here on the backstretch, and Holloway, around he goes. Randy Bledsoe loses the lead. Now, both these guys look like similar pit stop times, but Randy Bledsoe pit back on lap 15, so you can't tell me tire wear isn't playing a huge factor here, as the closest person who got 4 tires is Adam Robertson, who pit back on lap 19. But Robertson way back about 2 seconds. He's going to have to, boy, he's going to have to make up almost half a second a lap to catch him here, and it looks like Daniel Holloway's going to win this one. Holy cow. That's a wild one. Let's check back on Rob Yost. Yost might be under fire here by Zane. Both these guys took 4-tire pit stall times. Yost trying to hold on to a top 5 here. Drivers down a couple laps here. Bobby Narberg, Larry Fairman, and Jerome Cooper. Looks like Fireball Woody was unable to recover from that wreck earlier. He's back down pit road for almost 13 minutes now. Hate to see after Fireball Woody, but it looks like he's going to be checking out here. Stellar Stella out there in the chat saying there's your happy-faced Holloway. I like that. Alrighty, 4 laps to go. Daniel Holloway still leading this one, and now he's putting on the distance. Driving. Oh! Wow, Zane almost hit the back of Narberg there. That could have been bad. Holy cow, good heads-up driving. Holy cow, I think he just saw his light flash before his eyes there. All right, Zane trying to look for a top 5 in his first showing here. Taking a peek underneath. A little closer to the action here. Looks like, oh, a little touch with the paint that's going to cause him to roll up. Zane has to back out of the throttle just a bit. Oh, Zane, little blink there. Rob Yost on the outside. Yost trying to hold him off here. Larry Fairman sides with him. Gets rid of a little bit of that downforce off the rear spoiler, allowing the 83 to pick up a little more speed. Here they come around turn number 4. Diving on through. Fairman gets a huge run. About to send it 3 wide, but decides not to. Yost gives up. Definitely might be a good idea to check up and not send yourself into that tunnel turn almost 2 wide. If not 3. Let's rotate up front now, before Sudduth reels him in. Got a little something, I think, going on with Randy Bledsoe. Bledsoe under fire now. Zane touched it. Now in the 4th. Zane, you almost get the 2 for 1 in a matter of a lap here. Sitting 4th, and now he's got to catch Robertson. Robertson still a good bit away here. White flag is out. No can do. Richard Sudduth sitting 7th. Sudduth in a big pinch here. And Bledsoe losing all sorts of real estate here, as Daniel Holloway is coming around the final few turns here, and this is going to do it. All right, Daniel Holloway takes the checker flag here at Charlotte. Robert Doig sits 2nd, and Adam Robertson, here he is 3rd. Not too bad. 1 caution in the race, 35 laps down. Daniel Holloway, Robert Doig, and Adam Robertson, 1, 2, and 3. Great run here by our drivers. Not too shabby. Right now, this is going to be huge for the CandyMan getting into the front. Man, oh man, oh man. Grand Marshal and wins the race. That's awesome. That's going to do it for our drivers here. Guys, don't go away. We're going to try to reel in our top 3 here. Holloway, Robert Doig, and Adam Robertson. Fantastic job here by these gentlemen. Like I said, 1 caution, not too shabby. Alrighty. righty, we'll be right back, and let me try to reel these guys in. All right, everybody, and we have caught up with him. Third place finisher, Adam Robertson. Dude, 3 positions gained here tonight. That 28 Ford was pretty solid here all night. Any trouble out there on the track?
It's actually junk all night. I got in the wall on about lap 5, and I was just kind of hanging on.
Oh, yeah, we saw that little contact on the exit of 4, man. Definitely was not looking too good. But regardless, I mean, still, the call here tonight with 4 tires there on lap 19, you know, if you were to go back, would that have been the same call?
Yes, because with the damage, I had like, I think it's 10, 15 seconds of damage. 2 tires would have never worked. It would have fell off a lot quicker.
Yeah, definitely for certain. And man, definitely. And the way everybody else is kind of racing here tonight, it's getting pretty touchy here as this season kind of winds down. You know, the points race is really ramping up. You're getting really close to the top here. And a third place finish is looking really solid. What do you think about Darlington?
We'll know next Saturday. We'll see how I feel. As soon as I get done, I'm leaving to go towards the airport. I'm going on a cruise in the morning, so we'll see how I feel when I get back next Friday night.
What? Oh my gosh, dude, you were so close there for the championship, man. You could get more than one. All right, Adam Robertson.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
We'll see.
We'll see. Long Southwest Airlines doesn't have their problem, but honestly, Daniel's going to have to finish pretty bad the next 2 races. I hadn't got many bonus points from random door bangs from people and the few of my own doing, and my pit road speeding penalties. That shouldn't even be a question right now, but I buried myself a long time ago in this. I'm here to win races.
Oh man. Well, regardless, man, the way I look at it, it's still so close. At least a solid top 3 is where it looks like you're going to be landing. Give me your shout outs here.
Thank 5 Star Beverages for sponsoring my truck and the league, Beef Jerky Unlimited for the pole award, all the fans that watch, and for Billy and them for having the league.
All right, Adam Robertson, appreciate you joining us tonight, and we'll catch up with you at Darlington.
Yes, sir. Happy Easter, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Happy Easter. I know. I got to give people that shout out more often. All right. Looks like Haley out there joined us in the chat. Appreciate you joining us. I like that apple out there. All right. Coming at the very end of this one, Robert Doig gets this one. Second place finish here tonight. Where you wanted to be or not?
Well, you know, we always want to be up in number 1 position, but I'll take second any day.
Well, it was definitely tough. I know you were not real happy about giving up that position. You guys were side by side for almost 10 to 12 laps there. You know, what was the final giving point?
Well, the final giving point was he just got a better run on me in the corner, and I just let him have it. And then I caught up to him right there before the pit stop, that being Daniel. And then, you know, I took 4 tires. He took 2 tires on the pit stop, and that was my demise.
Oh, well, man, it was so close. And what I would love to see is during that run, you guys trading a little bit of paint, but you guys didn't, and that was pretty cool. But only 1 caution tonight. You know, that's really hats off to the gRaceland Shootout Series here for not having guys, you know, getting blasted to pieces out there.
Oh, for sure, and that's the way it should be on these little shootout races. You know, short races, and all should go green flag all the time. But there is mishaps, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I always say there's always that little happy medium out there. You know, when it's green flag runs like this, you always want more laps. But when you have caution after caution, you're like, oh my gosh, dude, make it end. You know?
I agree 100%. If we had 10 more laps there, I probably would have caught past Daniel.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a wild run. So we got Darlington next week. Well, the track that's too tough to tame. What do you think?
That's exactly what it is. I do all right there. I'm not expecting a whole lot from myself on that track.
All right, well, give me your shout-outs again. Once again here for the 9 Chevrolet.
Yes, sir. Let's thank 5 Star Beverages, Beef Jerky Unlimited, SimTraX Race Network, and Real Optics, and everybody on the admin side of this GRaceland Shootout Series, and all the drivers. They do a great job.
All righty, man. Definitely can't wait to see what you can put on next week. It should be a wild one, man. Congratulations.
Right,
Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's always the throw-up, man. We don't know. All right, congratulations on second place finish. Catch up with you next week.
All right, thanks again.
All right, everybody, that's Robert Doig. That is going to bring us to our race winner, the CandyMan. Getting it done, Daniel Holloway. We talked to you once. We talked to you again. Here we are. You come in the winner's circle here tonight. Grand Marshal of the race. You win the dang thing, and now you're in the points lead as well. It looks like you might have this one in the bag.
Still got 2 more races, but I think we're still pretty close. Next week's Darlington, so Beast can take you right out of the points lead if you're not taming her.
Oh, yeah. Well, the lady in black definitely has it out for a couple of drivers. I know it's pretty tough, especially going to the outside of turn 4. You think a couple of matched tires out there might help?
That track loves new tires, but the key being short, like a shootout race, so you gotta kind of manage it, but not manage it because, you know, the only guy that I'm focused on right now is Adam. I know I gained a little bit of points, but still not a whole lot. But you know, he's still hanging in there. I got to make mistakes. So if I make that one mistake, it's like a piranha just ready to prowl on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know a bunch of guys are definitely watching out for you. Talk to me about that side-by-side race in there with Robert Doig there for about 10 to 12 laps.
Oh, man, that was fun. Him and I side-by-side like that, giving each other some good room. Longer the truck was going, more it was sticking for me. And finally, I got him cleared and kind of drove away. He came back. I was trying to do a little bit conservative. I know he probably would have caught me up, but then that's when the pit cycles came. I did my strategy, worked out great for me. Those 2 tires and just enough fuel. I got probably about 0.4 left here, so I love playing on the edge.
Ooh, man. Well, I was looking at some drivers out there did pit much earlier, about 15 laps. Randy Bledsoe only took 2. You took 2, I would assume. They're back on lap 22. And then some guys took 4 tires much later, and that's kind of that happy medium, you know, where you want to be. I think if Randy Bledsoe had taken 4 tires, he may have been able to hold you off there later in the run.
Probably, maybe. But if you think about it, 4 tires, that's a little bit more in the pits too, so I'd have been close to him. But running 2 tires, fresher right side, I was running back up to my times again, and he would have had, I don't know, what, 7, 8 more laps than me. So it might have been even, I would say. But I know those guys with the 4 tires, they were starting to catch me and everything. I was watching my relative, and they were taking, a couple tenths here per lap. So I'd practice it, the 2 right tires to see how it felt. And that's my game plan if we went green flag all the way, and worked out good.
All right, man. Well, like I said, we only got about 2 races left, Darlington and Daytona. I can't wait to see what it looks like because some of these guys are kind of writing it off and saying you got it in the bag. Give me a shout-out to CandyMan once again.
Shout out to Beef Jerky Unlimited. Man, I don't know what they taste like right now. I haven't got that poll yet. 5 Star Beverage for sponsoring us too also. And Billy again on this league for GRaceland. Great group of guys in here, even though there's about 17 mid-20s in here, but great great drivers to run with. And shout out to everybody who's all watching, friends and family out there, and SimTraX on the broadcast. You up in the booth, and one down, 2 more to go, and waiting for Daytona because I know I was pretty strong at Talladega, so Daytona is my my home track, I should say. I love that track.
All right, I know that normally when it ends in a super speedway, it's going to be the make or break race, dude. So congratulations on your win tonight, and hopefully another one to come.
Yeah, hopefully. But I just want to say congrats on Robert and Adam for top 3. So they were good battles towards the end there.
Oh yeah, that it was. CandyMan Daniel Holloway, first place finish tonight. See you later, bud.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys. Happy Easter, everyone.
All righty, that was Daniel Holloway, everybody. And like I said, happy Easter. We appreciate you guys joining us. With it being Easter, I will not be broadcasting the Thunder Racing Series on Sunday. So next time you will see me is the upcoming Wednesday with the Racing Revolution League. Should have a great run there, and that will go ahead and do it for us here tonight at the GRaceland Shootout Series. Definitely a wild one, I'll tell you, a wild one here. Definitely some great side-by-side racing. Only one driver ended up getting smoked out here, but that was A-okay. But we'll go ahead and battle it out next week at Darlington. You guys make sure you stay tuned in, same place, same time. Catch all you guys next time. Hey, Haley, out there in the chat, appreciate you joining us here tonight. Got to get here just a little bit early, but I know what your mama's going to say. But we'll fight that another day. Go ahead and catch up with me on Wednesday night if you can. It's going to be a good one for sure. Happy Easter, everybody, and I will see all you guys next time.